Hey everybody, I'm Tiffany, and today I'm going to be doing a movie review on The Martian that came out this past year in 2015. Now, I didn't really have anything that can resemble a spacesuit, so I found my Superman shirt. Well, you know, he flies in space and stuff, so we're gonna pretend this is themed, alright? Okay. Sorry, don't have a spacesuit handy. Alright, but anyways, The Martian, it came out this past year, and it's an adventure drama type sort of comedy. I still don't agree with the Golden Globes giving it best comedy. No. I like to say what my friend Avery said, in that it has kind of an identity crisis. Compared to the other dramas of that year, it wasn't completely dramatic necessarily. So it was kind of an in-between movie. So I'm gonna go with identity crisis moment. It got an 8.1 out of 10 on IMDb, which is like, oh, amazing. And it was overall a really great movie. I'll give you a little synopsis for people who haven't seen it yet. This was my second time viewing it. What basically happens is this astronaut goes into outer space with his crew, and they're on Mars. He gets struck by debris and his crew leaves him thinking he's dead. So he ends up not being dead, and he has to learn to survive on Mars all alone. It's about him trying to live in an area that is completely like no other human beings. You can't grow plants or get water. It's very dry and isolated. It was a really great movie. If you're not looking for a movie to make you bawl, then you should watch this movie, because it's a good movie, but it's not going to make you absolutely cry. And it'll give you a few chuckles here and there too for your benefit. So you should definitely go and check it out. It's a really great movie. Great premise, and it works really well, and I commend Matt Damon because he had to carry that movie a lot, because a lot of it was with just him. For those of you who are interested in the actors, it stars, obviously, Matt Damon, who has been in the Bourne Identity series lately. He has a new one coming out, people, and best friends with Ben Affleck, in case you're wondering on that. Then there's also Jessica Chastain. She was in Zero Dark 30 really recently, and I think she won the Oscar. Don't quote me on that. It also stars Kristen Wiig, and she was in Bridesmaids. It also stars Kate Mara. She was in House of Cards. Jeff Daniels is in it. If you don't know him, he's in Dumb and Dumber. He's Lloyd, right? I think he's Lloyd. And you also have Sean Bean, who doesn't die, guys. That's so exciting. He usually dies, in case you're wondering. If you haven't seen this movie, I suggest you watch it. It's a great movie. I'm going to go ahead and jump into the spoilery section. But go check it out if you haven't seen it yet. Then come back and watch the rest of this video so you can go through the feels with me. Alright, anyways, have an awesome day. Bye, non-spoilery people. Bye! I was really happy with this movie because it met all of my expectations. I had very little premise going into it, except that I know he ends up getting stuck on Mars. That's basically it. That's all I knew. You know, a movie like this can easily become boring because you're basically just watching him try to, he's trying to grow plants. He's trying to build stuff to communicate with NASA. And that can come off really boring, and they did a really great job of making sure it wasn't, and you were completely into him trying to survive and beat the elements. Go Matt Damon, or Mark Watney, that was his character. Some comedic moments. I love the disco music part because it's just funny. You don't really expect the captain to have disco music, and just learning about the whole cast or the whole crew was really interesting. You had Johansson, who was like the nerd. It's really cool to hear about all the families. I did get frustrated with the NASA base because they weren't doing as much as I wanted them to save this dude. I mean, they're like trying to get supplies and everything, but like Jeff Daniels' character was annoying me. And they didn't tell the crew. I was like, why? I know they're coming back, but still, you should tell them. Get them to turn around anyway later. Then you tell the crew, because the crew deserves to know. So don't hide it from them. And I agreed with Matt Damon's reaction because he said a lot of curse words on them when he finally got connected to them. The most heart-wrenching part was with the crops because he worked so hard to finally get crops growing on this planet where it's supposed to be impossible. And he finally does. And he has a stable food supply. And you're like, he's gonna be alright. He's gonna be okay. And then the thing explodes and destroys all of his hard work he just did. I just felt that, and I was so sad for him. And then I was panicking because I'm like, oh my god, he might not actually make it, guys. I want Matt Damon to live. And then the food supply thing didn't work. The ending was probably the saddest part, probably. Matt Damon, he can make your heart like melt and be like, it's okay, you're gonna be okay. Like he gets in the thing, he's gonna lift off and they're gonna try and catch him, and you see him crying. He's like nervous and excited and like scared all at the same time because he's been on this planet for however long, and like, Matt, don't cry, you're gonna make me cry. He almost did, but he didn't. You felt the nervous energy during that because you didn't know if it was gonna work and everything wasn't working out super duper perfectly, and you were like, oh my god, they're not gonna get him, he's gonna flow away in space. But then they caught him. And there were just little things here and there that really made the whole movie. Like, I really liked how, you had that little hint of a relationship between Johansson and Chris Beck. Now, I thought coming into this movie, because his crew abandons him, I thought I was going to be really mad at them. But they did a good job of making you not, blame the crew. They looked like he might be dead. It really did. So I don't blame the crew at all for that. There's not a whole much more I can say on it. I've watched this twice. It's still as enjoyable the second time around. I was overall really happy with it. For those of you who like the awards and stuff, it got nominated for 7 Oscars. Oh my god. Best Motion Picture, Matt Damon got nominated. Best Adapted Screenplay, because it's a book, people. It's a book. I haven't read it. I should though. Cool. And then a bunch of Golden Globes too. It's very highly acclaimed. You should watch it. It deserves its rating of 8.1. That's really good on IMDb, people. That's pretty much all I have to say about it. Go check it out. I think you'll really enjoy it. I believe it's in Redbox now because that's how I watched it. So you can go watch it for $1 at home. Thanks for joining me today and listening to me rant about this wonderful and amazing, spectacular movie. Go check it out for yourself. I hope you enjoy it as much as I did, and have an awesome, spectacular, and wonderful day. If you have any movies or book recommendations, please leave them in the comments below, and I'll check them out eventually and read them and watch them and all sorts of stuff. And I will do reviews on them probably eventually. Thanks for joining me today. Hope you liked my Superman shirt, which is kind of in the theme, kind of not. Oh well. Have an awesome day. Thanks for joining me. Goodbye.